Georgia, first, Rancho Bernardo Broncos. Number 3, Julie Terry. Number 6, Whitney Cox. Number 13, Courtney Luna de la Fuente. Number 17, Marielle Becker. Now let's meet the Broncos starting lineup. Batting first in center field, number 3, Joe Sherlock. At second base, number 10, Samantha Pittman. Batting third, designated hitter, number 5, Melissa Eggers. Batting cleanup, third catching, number 1, Heather Scaglione. In left field, number 7, Kim Eggers. Shortstop, number 22, Summer Down. Batting 7th, third baseman, number 2, Lindsay Parker. Batting 8th, on the mound, number 11, Alyssa Norcross. Batting 9th, first baseman, number 24, Allison Wilkins. Number 9, 11, Everly. The Broncos are coached by Tracy Stowe with assistant coach Darren Pine. And now let's meet the Costa Canyon Maverick. Number 4, Monica Gregory. Number 9, Casey Blount. Number 15, Danielle Boat. Number 16, Brandy Boxer. Michelle Moat. Number 24, Christine Echo. And now let's meet the numbers starting lineup. Number 12, Lauren. Number 7, Megan McKee. Number 5, Lisa Field. Number 3, Lindsay Disney. In center field, number 10, Tiana Ruggiero. Batting 7th at third base, number 11, Monica Lima. Batting 8th, designated hitter, number 13, Jessica Darling. Batting 9th, number 99, Nicole Madison. And on the mound, number 18, Katie Maloney. The Mariners are coached by Michael, assistant coach Dennis McDonough. The umpires for today's contest at first base, Christina Drum. At third base, Carl Goff. And behind the plate, Jim Gibelisco. At this time, the last everyone stays live to the America with the singing of our national.
The CIF Division I Championship game about ready to be played here at UCSD's Triton Field. I'm Greg Porter for George Lanham Video Sports Productions. Happy to have you with us. And this is going to be the game that La Costa Canyon is going to try to see if they can win 2 in a row at the Division I level. They're going to be facing the Lady Rancho Bernardo Broncos. We get the lineups real quick for you. For the Rancho Bernardo Lady Broncos, leading off, it'll be Joel Sherlock, center fielder. Number 10, Samantha Pittman, second base. The designated here will be Melissa Eggert. Number 5. Number 1, Heather Scaglione, the catcher. Kim Eggert will follow her. Number 7, the left fielder, shortstop, 22, Summer Downs. Lindsey Parker, the third baseman. And then it'll be Alyssa Norcross, followed by Allison Wilkins. And that'll be the lineup at first base for Rancho Bernardo. Starting off, Joe Sherlock, the junior, center fielder, and the first pitch is a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. On the mound, doing the pitching, Katie Maroney, number 18. And then the next one's a strike, 1-1. Katie is a junior. And a big game for her, as is the rest of her teammates, trying to win a second consecutive title at the Division I level. 1 and 2. Rancho Bernardo trying to not allow that to happen.
It would be a third consecutive title, Greg.
And from the information I get, it would be a third consecutive title for La Costa Canyon if they could pull it off.
They beat San Marcos in an extra inning 14-inning game, and then they beat the team last year.
Last year they beat West Hills.
The year before they beat San Marcos.
By a score of 5-0, and then in the year '99, the last one of the 20th century, they beat San Marcos. I believe the score was 2-0, an extra inning affair. So it would be the third consecutive. But RB not wanting that to happen today. A team that came in, seeded 9th in the playoffs, were 4th in their league play. This one is hit, and it is hit off the extended stands over there on the left field area. Good crowd here for the last game of the day, championship day here at Triton Field of the high school girls softball variety. 2-2 is the count. Took a little bit off that pitch, and there's a base hit for RB to start off the game. Joe Sherlock is aboard. A base hit to left center field. They'll bring up to bat number 10, second baseman Samantha Pittman, the freshman. You know, it's got to be great when you're a freshman and you're starting on the varsity team.
Second baseman,
To
Samantha.
tribute to the work that you did before you got to the high school level. This one is a bouncer handled by the second baseman. She goes to first, the quick play, and there is one gone. However, Joe Sherlock advancing down to second base on the fielder's choice. Now it'll be the designated hitter, number 5, Melissa Eggert. And a wild pitch and sending Joe Sherlock down to third. Sherlock 60 feet away from plating to first run for the Lady Mavericks.
Go, Melissa!
Two balls and no strikes to count to Eggert. And if I said the Lady Mavericks, meaning the Lady Broncos, it would be 1-0 for them. Two balls and one strike. Katie Maroney trying to get out of this inning. Swung on and missed. Two and two your count with one out. Runner on third base, scoring position for RB.
Good eye.
3 balls and 2 strikes to count. Swung out and missed on a fastball. Couldn't get it. 2 down. Send up to bat the catcher, number 1, Heather Scaglione. Scaglione a chance for an RBI. Maroney want to work herself out of a jam. One thing beautiful about women's softball, you hear them making noise throughout the contest. A little bit different than when you see boys baseball. Not quite as vocal. Scaglione watches the next one too low for ball 4, so she gets a walk. Scaglione on first, and of course Sherlock on third. And now Lisa Field wants to talk to her pitcher, Maroney. They're going to be a pinch runner.
Checking in for the Broncos, running at first base, number 6, Whitney Cups.
Whitney Cups is now going to do the running duties for Scaglione. Cups at first, Sherlock at third. With Kim Eggert stepping in from the right side. Number 7. The left fielder, the senior, their last game. Pitches a ball, 1 ball and no strikes. Had a player in the last game that played in her last game and will be headed to Michigan State. Got a chance to watch University of Michigan earlier before I came down to the field today, playing against one of these UC schools, University of California up there in Berkeley. Swung out and missed. And a lot of these players would love to have the opportunity to play for a Division I school in a game of girls softball. In that case, women's softball. Swung out and missed. And that's going to retire the side here in the first inning as Eggert strikes out. And we're going to go to the bottom half of the first inning. They don't get any runs. There was a hit. And they leave 2. And we have no score. Let's get your lineup for the Lady Mavericks. The batting lineup for them reads this way. Number 12, Lauren Dennis at second base. Number 20, Stacy Falzone at first base. Number 7, Megan Metter at shortstop. Batting fourth will be the catcher, number 5, Lisa Field. Batting fifth, it'll be the left fielder, number 3, Lindsay Dismuke. Batting sixth will be the center fielder, number 10, Kiara Lizzero. Batting seventh will be third baseman, number 11, Monica Weba. Batting eighth will be the designated hitter, Jessica Darling, wearing number 13. Batting ninth will be the junior, wearing number 99, right fielder Nicole Anderson. Next inning, we'll get the defensive alignments again for you. The bottom half of the first inning. This is a young lady who we have seen on our many times in our doing of soccer, in the youth variety, and even in the high school variety. Number 12, second baseman Lauren Dennis. Alyssa Norcross on the hill for Rancho Bernardo High School. One ball and one strike to count to Dennis. She'll be followed by Stacy Falzone and then Megan Metter. Norcross's pitch is grounded to short, but a bad hop, and Dennis is aboard. So Lauren Dennis makes good contact and gets aboard as Summer Downs was trying to make the play. It took a bad hop, and she couldn't control it. Went out into left field. Stacy Falzone, number 20, the first baseman, stepping in from the left side. Hits it right back to Norcross, who goes down to the shortstop covering for the out. Nice play by Norcross. And throwing down to Summer Downs covering at second to record the out. One out. On the fielder's choice, Falzone is at first base. And here is the shortstop, Megan Metter, wearing number 7 from the right side. The senior in her last game. Megan wearing the couple of CIF championships on her letterman's jacket. Would love to do a trifecta here. One of the unbelievable feats in any kind of sport at any level. Norcross's pitch, a throw down, and that's not going to get a sliding Stacy Falzone. And Summer Downs trying to control that low throw by catcher Scaglione. And that one goes out into center field, but backed up nicely, of course, by Joe Sherlock. Pitch to Metter, swung out and missed. Taking a couple steps toward third base, of course, was Falzone, but she gets back. Probably thought that Megan was going to make contact on the pitch. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Norcross, her wind and her delivery is low and swung out and missed for strike 3. Megan Metter strikes out. And now we have 2 outs here in the first inning with the catcher, number 5, Lisa Field, the senior, coming up. Field trying to pick up Stacy Falzone at second base. Field from the right side. Pitch is a strike. Determined to work herself out of the situation is Alyssa Norcross. And the next one is down too low for a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike. A day that we thought might break out into some sunshine, but it has reluctant to do that, and it looks like it's not going to do that as we head into the evening time here. Cooled it down, made it a lot easier for us out here. But kind of unusual for this late juncture in May. 2 balls and 1 strike to count. Fouled away, staying tough, Lisa Field. Always want to be tough at the plate, make that pitcher work, throw more pitches. It happened in the last game, and a situation where the pitcher was tired by that 6th and 7th inning, and the team began to put some extra runs on the score.
You get a shot of these guys at halftime.
Full count, Lisa Field.
Stick around. We'll get the in-between shot of you guys. That'd be cool.
Norcross has the one she wants this time. Comes to the plate, and it's slammed out into center field. One hopping the center fielder. Rounding third and scoring is Stacy Falzone, and it's 1-0.
Stacy Falzone crosses with the first run of the game.
Staying tough at the plate was Field, and she found the right one and put it out into center field for an all-important RBI here in the first inning. And gets a hand from her teammates coming out as she gives way for a pinch runner. Monica Gregory is going to take it. She'll be doing a lot of that in this game. 1-0. LCC, the Lady Mavericks lead here in the first inning.
Into the Mavericks, running at first base, number 4, Monica Gregory. Batting, left fielder, Lindsay Dismuke.
Here's the left fielder, number 3, Lindsay Dismuke. Grounds it down to third. The throw is in time, and Dismuke is retired, and so is LCC, but not before they get a run on the RBI single by Field, and it is 1-0 as we go to the second inning. Station, man.
Summer Downs.
Here we go in the top of the second inning. Line drive caught. Nice job done that time by Summer Downs. A correction on that, Megan Metter making a nice play.
Batting, third baseman Lindsay Parker.
Downs is the one who hit the line drive. Lindsay Parker, number 2, third baseman junior.
Let's go, Lindsay!
And a strike to her from Katie Maroney. Rancho Bernardo out of the Palomar League. Had a seasonal record of 13-11. Made it into the playoffs. And to their credit, made it here to the championship game. beat teams that were seeded higher and had a better seasonal record than they did. A lot of belief and courage in their own program to make sure that they can get to the title game. Just breeds good things for the future. Maroney pitches sky to center field and caught out there by Kiara Lodizero. So Parker flying to Lodizero. Two gone now, and here's Alyssa Norcross. Wearing number 11 from the right side, trying to help herself out here. But it's thrown out. 6-3, 3 up and 3 down. And we will go to the bottom half of the second inning. It's still 1-0, LCC. Okay, and we go to the second inning, the bottom half of the second inning. Home half for LCC, Kiara Lotizero, center fielder. And facing Norcross. No balls and 1 strike to count. The 0-1 pitch is a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike. And the next one is swung out and missed. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Lodizero will be followed by Weba and Darling. Boy, that name, Darling. Familiar in the world of Major League Baseball. Former player for the New York Mets, a guy by the name of Ron Darling, pitcher. Don't think they're related. Norcross's delivery is hit down to third. Staying with it, but not in time. Not in time.
Ruled a hit. It's ruled a hit.
So an infield hit for Lodizero. Monica Weba steps in.
Third baseman Monica Weba.
Weba, the junior, wearing number 11, playing third base. She's got Lodizero on first base now. Nice to see the things that they've been taught for many years. They follow up at the high school level. Runners get in position to run. Catchers position to throw. All the little fundamentals. Of course, instructional videos also kind of help nowadays. Norcross works to Weba, and it's hit up in the air. Asking for it is the shortstop. He makes the play.
What's her name? 22.
Summer Downs making the nice catch under the gray sky. 1 gone. Jessica Darling, designated hitter, the junior, number 13, is up there from the right side. Timeout momentarily. Home plate umpire want to gather himself, and now we're ready to go. Still 1-0. Costa Canyon leading here in the second inning. With a runner on first base and 1 out. Jessica Darling has 1 more year to play on this team. And this program has been a great one. The throw down to second base is not in time. Not in time. Lindsey Parker a little bit slow on that throw down to second base. And so Loda Zero is there in time. Darling aboard on the fielder's choice. As the sky here is starting to put some moisture onto the field. Nicole Anderson will step in now, the junior right fielder, and she swings and doesn't get it on the first delivery from Norcross. Norcross comes to the plate again, a little bit too high. 1 ball and 1 strike to Anderson. Darling at first. Loda Zero at second. And a foul tip. As the runners took off, got to come back. Norcross ahead now, 1 ball and 2 strikes. 1 out.
10 on second and 13 on first.
Norcross trying to get out of the jam here. Delivers, fouled away though at the last moment. Anderson getting a hold of that softball.
Who's the runner on first? Who's the runner on second?
On deck is going to be Lauren Dennis, waiting for her chance. Loda Zero at second. Again at first base is Darling. Grounded down to short, but can't make the play. Left fielder comes in, gets it to home plate to keep Loda Zero from coming in. Loda Zero goes to third. Darling is now at second. And they'll probably give an error on that play. Nicole Anderson will take it though. She's at first. Bases are juiced, and we'll take a breather and come right back. Top of the order, Lauren Dennis, a senior, with the bases loaded. Only 1 out. One ball and no strikes to count. Lauren Dennis singled her first time up. Has a chance to add some runs here to the score. And the next one is a strike. Norcross showing her the strike. 1-0. The Lady Mavericks lead here in the Division I title game. Championship Day 2001. This one is golfed down to short. The plate of the plate is in time. Cut off the lead runner. The play is at the plate when its base is loaded. And Summer Downs making the right play. And Dennis aboard on the fielder's choice. 2 gone.
First baseman Stacy Calzone.
Darling is now at third base. Anderson is at second base. This one is hit in a tough position, but they make the play. The Broncos get out of a bases-loaded jam, and it's still 1-0 as we go to the bottom of the second.
First baseman, Allison Wilkins.
Allison Wilkins stepping in here in the third inning for RB, Rancho Bernardo, the Lady Broncos. Wilkins, the first baseman, trying to get something going for the Lady Broncos. This pitch is fouled away. 1 ball and 2 strikes now to Wilkins. Two balls and 2 strikes now to count to Wilkins. Wilkins hits it down to second, but a nice play's made. Lauren Dennis getting it across to Stacy Falzon. 1 gone. Go to the top of the order for the Lady Broncos, Joe Sherlock. Center fielder.
Batting, center fielder, Joe Sherlock.
Pitch to Joe Sherlock is a little bit too low. Katie Maroney with 2 strikeouts so far in the contest. Looked like that was a foul tip. Caught though. 1-1. A 1-1 delivery. Ball 2, 2-1. Three balls and 1 strike. Joe Sherlock hits one down, but Dennis has it and makes a play to foul zone. And it's 2 outs. Dennis, a stellar athlete. As I mentioned before the outset, played soccer and played it very good at a high level for many years, and then gave way to softball.
Second baseman, Samantha Pittman.
Samantha Pittman, second baseman, number 10 in there, grounded out her first time up. Grounded to Dennis, her first time up. Dennis has got 2 putouts in this inning. Helping out her pitcher, Katie Maroney. Two balls and 1 strike to count. This one hit over towards us a little bit, but the fence protected us. Katie Maroney has pitched 2 shutouts in the playoffs. Only given up 5 hits in the playoffs. This one is hit down the right field line, but it's going to go foul.
Hang in there, 10.
Pittman The freshman. Gonna play on this RB team for a long time. After the way things were going during the regular season, didn't think she'd be here in the championship game, but her teammates have shown her differently. As usually as a freshman, you just want to get in there and have a good season and learn a lot of things. You don't expect to be on a varsity, but she's good enough to be there, and the long throw is in time. Or is it not in time? Not in time. Looked at the official there and read it the wrong way. So now you got a runner on first base now for RB. Yeah, just a testimony to Pittman and why she is playing on this varsity team in its championship game, showing her legs ability to be quick, run out an infield single. Eggert up there at the plate. 1-1 account. Eggert, the designated hitter. Rancho Bernardo, a team that has never made it to the finals. But they knocked off top-seeded Mount Carmel. Man, that one's a little bit low. Your first thought when you see the words of Mount Carmel, that's the way you want to pronounce it, but I guess it's Mount Carmel, like the Carmel, California. That's why English is such a tough language to learn for those that don't live in this country and come over here and trying to make a living over here. Things that appear one way on print are not necessarily pronounced the same way. Maroney's pitch took a little bit off that one. Two down here in the third inning. Got Samantha Pittman at first base. Eggert trying to pick her up. Hits one into shallow right field. But making the play was Nicole Anderson to retire the side. And so we'll go to the bottom of the third. It's still 1-0 LCC.
Batting shortstop Megan Matee.
Megan Matee is up to bat for LCC. Megan struck out in the first inning against Alyssa Norcroft. And the LCC side trying to clap it up and make noise and try to disrupt the concentration of Norcross. This one hit deep to left field, but it's foul. Megan Matee got quite a bit of that pitch, but hit it just foul down that left field line. Over 200 some odd feet away. Easy to hit a baseball, which is smaller in diameter that far, but softball, it's a little harder. Off Norcross's glove, and they won't be able to get Matee. Infield single for Megan Matee. And LCC's got something started here in the third inning.
Batting catcher Lisa Field.
Lisa Field steps into catcher, who singled her first time up against Norcross. The pitch is high. 1 ball and no strikes. LCC in their fourth title game, or third title game in 4 years.
Third title game in 3 years.
Lisa Field now back in there after hitting that last one foul. Norcross's pitch is bunted at by Field. Played nicely, though, and thrown to first base in time. However, the sacrifice gets Matee down to second base. Sacrifice bunt by Field. One out.
Left fielder Lindsay Dismute.
Lindsay Dismute now steps in. She grounded out to third her first time up. Precipitation now as we move later in the evening now is a little bit thicker. The northern part of the county. Can't call it North County anymore. Or at least the Visitors Bureau does not want that. The shortstop throw is not held on by Allison Wilkins, and thus Matee is over to third base now. And Dismute on the board. A errant throw, and so it'll send it to bat number 10, Kiara Lodizero. Lodizero made it all the way around to third base the last time she was aboard, but then got stranded there. Monica Gregory now is pinch running again for Dismute. Low to zero. And a good play is done nicely there by Norcross. The fake like as if they were going to throw it down to second. Man, they were able to get the lead run in Matee, so now there's 2 outs. Good defense that time by the Lady Broncos. Got to do it in the championship game if you are expected to win. You think you're going to win. However, Monica Gregory is down at third. Ground ball to short. Couldn't hold on to it. And coming in to score is Gregory, and it is now 2-0. Low to zero. Making contact with the softball. putting it in play is what you want to do. Did that, and in turn gets an RBI out of the situation.
Second run.
Could have been 3-0 with that out. They didn't run it for that.
And of course, if the Lady Broncos did not make that defensive play, and no pitch as the runner took off too soon, and it cuts him out of the inning.
The opponent who's done. For the Mavericks, 1 run.
So they get 1 run in the inning. Could have been more, but the defensive play and the mistake at first base, the running mistake, cost them more. And so it is now 2-0 as we go to the 4th inning. RB's 4th inning here against Katie Maroney. Heather Scaglione, the catcher. Defensive plays for LCC in the 3rd inning helped them get out of the jam. Scaglione. And a mistake by the right fielder, and Scaglione gets back to first. A base hit as Lauren Dennis was trying to help out on the play with her right fielder Nicole Anderson, and neither one of them got the softball. So Scaglione is at first base now with the single. Always like to have the leadoff batter get aboard. Kim Eggert, the senior, steps in. She struck out a first time against Maroney. Time now, of course, for RB to show their resilience again, as they've done all throughout the playoffs, to get to the championship game. Their fight back attempt. As the confidence of LCC beginning to get higher and higher. And a team that has won a championship a couple of times in a row, you can't allow them to have that. Hit down past Dennis, and out of second goes Scaglione. Scaglione is at second, and Eggert is at first with the single. 2 straight hits off of Maroney. Good signs if you're Coach Tracy Stowe. And you see that the strikeout that a player had the first time up comes up and gets a base hit. So now we go to the number 6 batter in the lineup, Summer Downs. Summer Downs stands in from the right side, and she's had a tough time down there at shortstop and love to make amends for some of that. On this moisture-laden Triton field here at UCSD. Tell you one thing, the moisture that has fell throughout this contest, and mainly throughout this contest, is kept the dust down. That's one of the advantages. Players scrambling to cover, but nothing happening that time for Summer Downs. But she has got a chance for at least 1 RBI. With a runner at second base and a runner at first. Hits it down. It's knocked down, but it goes past the shortstop. There's going to be a play at the plate. The play is an out. Beautiful throw by Megan Matee. Matee collected the ball at the last moment and threw it a strike to her catcher. And got the out. Lisa Field able to hold on. As Scaglione was trying to put that first run on the board.
Third baseman, Lindsay Parker.
6-2, 1 out. The way you scored that one. But Eggert is down to third on the play. Downs is at first. 3 straight singles. It is still 2-0. LCC. Lindsey Parker up at the plate. Parker the junior. Flying out to center fielder, first time up. Would love to hit the ball out in the outfield this time around. But is going to hit it on the ground. And the shortstop, the throw to first is, she's out of there. But the run does score, and they get their first run of the game, and it's 2-1. Kim Eggert makes it 2-1 on the ball that was hit to short. Couldn't go to the plate.
Pitcher, Alyssa Norcross.
Megan Matee couldn't go to the plate and went to first base to Falzone instead. Alyssa Norcross wanting to help herself out here. Grounded out to first base her first time, or to shortstop her first time up. Hits this one. Falzone loves it, but it's foul. Making contact in this inning is what has been the situation for the Lady Broncos. Coming out, making contact with Katie Maroney. And her pitch that time rises too high. Summer down, standing at second base in scoring position for Norcross. Norcross hits it down to second, but Dennis has it. Throws the first in time. So we'll go to the bottom half of the fourth inning. However, Rancho Bernardo gets a run, and it's 2-1.
Broncos.
This ball hit down to short. Down, staying with it, and throws her out. Monica Weeba grounding out to Summer Downs. Downs in is 1 out. Downs, who's had a tough game down at short. Balls have gone off her shoulder. On through the wickets down there at short. Wanting to toughen up. And here's another one, and she is all of a sudden. There's 2 putouts for Summer Down. No, it's not 2 putouts. It's not holding on. And so now, Darling is aboard. Lady Broncos trying to get that connection going from short to first. They've been working on it now. Cole Anderson up there at the plate. Anderson was aboard on an errant throw the first time. Stranded, did not score.
Come on, Broncos!
This one is slammed off the fence behind LCC. Bench there, not really a dugout because dugouts are constituted something that's dug out of the earth. And slowly, the slow roller could be tough, and getting aboard is Anderson. Well, now Anderson is at first, with Darling now at third. I don't know where to give that one, an infield single or an error. Lauren Dennis up at the plate. Two to one. LCC trying to add to their score. Runner at second. Runner at third. But Alyssa Norcross and company trying to get out of the jam here. Dennis was aboard on a single and a fielder's choice. Hit down to short. Summer Downs plays to third, and they get the lead runner at third base in Jessica Darling. Big play there as they caught Jessica Darling just off the bag, thinking about home plate. And Summer Downs quickly threw back to third base and was able to pick off Darling. Well, now there's just one runner on at second base in Anderson. Or there's two now, rather, because the fielder's choice with Dennis. Of course, Anderson in the scoring position. Foul zone up at the plate. She has been on board on a fielder's choice and grounded to second. Norcross trying to work herself out of a jam here in the fourth inning. Her and her teammates did so in the last inning to keep the score close. Down by a run now, as they were down by two then. Could have been worse. There could have been a couple other runs that would have came in that last inning. But they picked a player off at first base, and they made a beautiful throw to the home plate on a ball that looked like it was going to go out into left field and not have a chance for an out. Battling tough to keep themselves in this one. The Lady Broncos. LCC continuing to turn up the vice, apply pressure. Talk to players and they said it's a mental toughness that you gotta have. And a play from second to first in time to get foul zone. And that retires the side without any runs. They had stranded two there, and we will go into the fifth inning. It's still 2-1, LCC.
For the Mavericks.
RB, ground to Dennis. She has it, throws in time to foul zone, and there's one down. Fifth inning action here at Triton Field, the campus of UCSD. Wilkins retired. And we go to the top of the order with Joe Sherlock.
What's that? You gotta stop moving like that. I know.
Come on, Joe.
Joe Sherlock aboard on a fielder's choice and then grounded out to second in her 2 trips. And Joe Sherlock got hit by the pitch. And it now is aboard, so with 1 out, the Lady Broncos have a runner.
Second baseman, Samantha Pittman.
Samantha Pittman steps in, a second baseman. Pittman watches Maroney's pitch go low for a ball, 1 ball and no strikes. Pittman grounded to second and was aboard on an infield hit in 2 trips. Here's one down to short. The throw across is in time. So Pittman now grounds out for the second time of the contest. 2 gone here in the 5th inning for the Lady Broncos, and they'll send up to bat Melissa Eggert. Eggert, the DH, struck out in the 1st inning, and in the 3rd, flied out to right field. Joe Sherlock down at second base now on that fielder's choice, after getting aboard by being hit by the pitch of Katie Maroney. Maroney's delivery this time is fouled away. No balls and 2 strikes to Eggert. Maroney's pitch to the plate is strike 3 and strikes out Melissa Eggert as she strikes out for the 2nd time. And that retires the side. It's still 2-1 LCC as we go to the bottom of the 5th. Megan Mattei up there here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. Mattei struck out in the 1st. In the 3rd, was aboard on an infield hit. And her teammates making the noise over there off the bench, trying to disturb Norcross. Norcross's pitch is outside, so it must have worked. Two balls and 1 strike. Mattei will be followed by Field and Dismuke. And we just got some information on Dismuke, or rather Field, and we'll talk about that when she gets up next.
Broncos.
And it is positive information. Don't want you to think she got injured or taken out because of an injury. Megan Mattei, 1 for 2. The senior in her last game for LCC. Line drive, but caught by Summer Downs. Downs ranging over to her right, gets the line drive, and there's one down.
Batting catcher Lisa Field.
Here's a catcher, Lisa Field, playing in her last game as a senior. Next year we'll be going to Boston College, and that's the information we got. I'm going to be playing on the East Coast, the Big East Conference. But would love to conclude high school softball with a championship, a third straight to boot. Line drive in to the hands of Samantha Pittman, and there's two down. So they're getting the baseball, but they're hitting it right to the defensive players. Or, correction, the softball. Must be thinking about that game I'm going to go see. Padre game coming up next. Since this is the last one of the day here in Championship Saturday, CIF High School girls variety. And it has been a good one. Weather not the greatest, but the action has been superb. Lindsay Dismuke. Dismuke. Was aboard on an errant throw last time. Grounded out to third base, her first time out. And then Monica Gregory scored that second run, who ran for her. And that is the difference in the contest. 3 balls and no strikes. Norcross. As the sign comes to the plate, and it's a strike. Dismuke giving a green light now. 3-1 pitch. Fouled away, and now it's 3-2. So Norcross working hard to come back and make it a 3-2 count. And her teammates would love for her to shut down this inning so they can go to the 6th, down by only 1 run. The delivery is too high, though, and she loses Dismuke. So Dismuke gets the board on the walk. And a 2-out walk, hoping that it doesn't prove to be a run. Is head coach Tracy Stowe, that is. Fouled away by Lotus Zero. Lotus Zero, the senior in her last game, has had an infield hit. Been aboard twice, but then was called out because she ran too soon. Down to short, Downs has it, throws across, in time, and that retires the side. Downs just came back to play a lot better as we go to the 6th. It's still a 1-run deficit. Heather Scaglione up there to start off the 6th inning. Down to a total of 6 outs left to go for the Lady Broncos. And down by a run. They've got their work cut out for them to try to tie it up and send it to extras. Scaglione walked in the 1st inning. Singled in the 4th inning. This one is a line drive, and it's another base hit for Scaglione. Scaglione gets her 2nd hit of the contest.
I think that was solid.
And to start it off, that is just what Tracy Stowe wants, the head coach of the Lady Broncos. And now into the contest running is Whitney Cups.
Number 6, Whitney Cups.
Cups ran for Scaglione before, and she's doing it again. And this time the Cups goes down a second safely, but the throw to first is in time to retire Eggert. So the bunt works. And here's Summer Downs. 5 outs left for the Lady Broncos, but they have a runner at second, the tying run.
Shortstop, Summer Downs.
All right, Summer.
The go-ahead run at the plate and Downs, and a pitch to her is a strike. Downs flied out to shortstop in the 2nd inning. Singled in the 4th inning. She's 1 for 2. So Downs has made contact both times. Here's the pitch. And it's a strike. 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes.
Come on, Summer.
Pitch it Downs, a slow roller down a short. The play is in time, and they throw down to third base, but getting there is Cups. So Cups is at third now, who ran for Scaglione. Downs retired on the play.
Lindsay Parker.
Smart thinking. My Cups. They'll watch that play go over to first base. Here's now to short. And a play is in time. As Parker a bid for trying to keep things going, could not do it. And we will go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Three outs left for RB. Still 2-1.
We're looking at the bottom of the 6th inning.
Weba is up here in the 6th inning. Monica flied out to short and grounded out. Both times the shortstop, Summer Downs. 2 of the putouts that Summer has in this contest. Swings and doesn't get the first one, or the second one, and it's 0-2 now. Again, the noise trying to irritate Norcross, but it didn't work that time as she was able to concentrate and strike out Monica Weba for the first out of the 6th inning.
Batting, designated hitter, Jessica Darling.
2 strikeouts now for Norcross. And a lot of putouts. Bunted foul. by Jessica Darling. Darling will come back and play for this stellar program next year as a senior. Darling, the number 8 batter in the lineup, and then it'll be Nicole Anderson. The bottom of the order. Swung on and missed. And if you're Norcross, you don't want to see the top of the order. Not unless, I take it back, if you are Norcross, you want to see the top of the order because you know then that you have either tied the game or gone ahead. But you don't want to see it in this inning. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Norcross, as the sign goes again, our wind up. But that fast pitch softball, it's too low. 3 balls and 2 strikes. You're Norcross, you don't want to lose Jessica Darling. If you're LCC, you want Darling to get aboard. Somehow, some way to keep this thing going. Line drive, but Downs has it. A half a step to her left and was able to catch the line drive of Jessica Darling. 2 gone. Nicole Anderson, a couple of errors have got her aboard. But the defense of the Lady Broncos has gotten better as the game has gone on. Warm the machine up. That machine that's got them through the playoffs into this championship game. A ground ball down the third base line and foul. Chasing after it, Kim Eggert, the senior, knows that her team is going to only have 1 more opportunity unless they get the tie. Norcross takes a look out at her right fielder. And her right fielder gives her that 1 finger, Robin Everly. And says 1 more so we can get our chance. Pitch to Anderson, a swung on and missed. No balls and 2 strikes to count. Nicole going to be back for some more next year. 1 more opportunity. Pitch to Anderson is swung on and missed for strike 3. 3 up and 3 down, and we go to the all-important 7th. Will LCC hold them and win their 3rd consecutive title, or will we go to the bottom of the 7th? Stay right there. Coming into the contest is Julie Terry. And Terry will do the batting here to lead it off in place of Melissa Norcross. And a first pitch is low for a ball from Katie Maroney. Maroney's had 3 strikeouts and a lot of putouts by her club. Line drive right to Dennis, though. Lauren Dennis, who's headed for the University of Virginia to play softball. 2 more outs in her high school career left. Recording the first putout in the 7th.
Batting first baseman, Allison Wilkins.
Allison Wilkins stepped in. She's grounded to second, grounded to short. 0 for 2. She is the number 9 batter in the lineup, and they'll go to the top of the order. Round ball down to short. Throw in time. Megan Matee, a good strong throw. One more out for LCC. Top of the order, Joe Sherlock. Unless there is another batter for her. I doubt it, though. The junior wants the opportunity. Been aboard on a fielder's choice, into first, into third, grounded to second base. Was hit by the pitch in the 5th. Been on base twice against Maroney, and her first pitch is a strike. And LCC is down to 2 strikes now. It's been a great run, though, for RB. Not expected to be here in the championship game, but they fought their way, beating the top-seeded Mount Carmel to get there. Not something that happens too often. 2 strikes, though, as Maroney bearing down. 1 strike away. The game of baseball is inches. Joe Sherlock getting the left foot, bearing down. Bad pitch is a ball. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Thank you.
1 and 2. One-two delivery is popped up, going for it, and will not have the opportunity.
All right, JoJo.
Monica Weaver would have loved to have seen that ball not quite get to that fence, but it didn't do that. So another opportunity for Joe Sherlock. Been a rather tough out. Line drive hit. And over the head of the right fielder, Joe Sherlock heading for second. Sherlock motoring to third. Sherlock will hold it third with a triple. And boy, those extra opportunities to swing the bat on a foul ball give Sherlock a chance, and she deposits it over the right fielder's head and gets a triple out of it. 60 feet away from tying up the championship game. Samantha Pittman, the second baseman, is in with 2 down in the 7th inning, the top of the 7th, for the Lady Broncos against Katie Maroney. Pittman is grounded out to second. Been aboard on an infield hit, so she's had 1 hit and grounded out to short in 3 trips. Would love to get another hit here, and if so, it would be a tie game. Not just any game, the championship game. And it's a ball. Maroney, knowing what she needs to do, and comes to the plate. Hit down off Maroney's glove, down to the shortstop. The runner's going to score, and it's a tie game. As you see, Pittman laying it on the line, and she's hurt, stretching out, trying to get to first base. And then the trainer's going to come out and take a look. 2-2 is the score. And there's no doubt we're going to go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Courtney Luna de la Fuente will do the running, number 14, for Samantha Pittman, who was injured stretching it out at first base, and Eggert hits it off of Dennis. And Del Luna Fuente is at second, the potential winning run. Although, go-ahead run, because it wouldn't be the winning run because LCC will have a chance to come to the plate. Let me get that straight. They didn't give it an error, so it's just a hard base hit by Eggert. Scaglione, who's had 2 hits herself, and fouls it away. She walked in the first inning. In the 4th inning, she got a single. In the 6th inning, she got a single. Been a very tough out for Maroney, who's got to be tired now. Strike, and quickly 2 strikes, and still 1 strike away from keeping it tied and going to the bottom of the 7th inning. She was 1 strike away before trouble happened. Man, this one is outside. She had been 1 strike away from striking out and getting the last out on Joe Sherlock, and then Sherlock tripled to right field. And later was scored, the tying run. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Deuces Wild on the scoreboard. Runners at first and second for the Lady Broncos of Rancho Bernardo. The pitch, swung on a miss as she struck out. Scaglione, and the score is still tied as they strand 2 in the 7th, and LCC will get their last chance. We'll be right back. So we start at the top of the order for LCC, La Costa Canyon, the Lady Mavericks. Lauren Dennis, number 12, the second baseman, is going to start it off. Next year playing at University of Virginia. She singled in the first half, in the first time up at the plate. Fielder's choice in the second and the 4th. Here's one down, pass down, and a base hit for Dennis. Dennis, as we mentioned, a stellar athlete. She knew what she had to do, came in and got it done to get on board. And if you're Norcross, you hate to see the first batter on, especially at the top of the order. Here's Stacy Falzone. Pitch to Falzone. Attempted at a bunt, but pulled back. Falzone. Fielder's choice in the first. Grounded to second in the second inning. And in the 4th, grounded to second. 2 putouts by the second baseman, Samantha Pittman, against her. And this one is fouled back. And Samantha Pittman, as she got injured, she is back into the contest after she had ran and fell hard to get that base hit, thus plating her teammate Sherlock. Well, ball back to first, the throw down to second, and Dennis is out. Allison Wilkins, undoubtedly probably the tallest player out there on the field. She made a good throw down to second base. And Summer Downs applied the tag in time. So on a fielder's choice, of course, Falzone is at first base. Megan Matee. Pitch to her. It's a line drive back to down. She throws it first. And they say she caught the ball, held on to it long enough, and that is the 7 innings, and we're going to go to extras.
Wrap it up, Greg. I don't have much to do.
That's it. We go to extra frames, and the first pitch is swung on and missed by Lisa Field. Or a correction by Kim Eggert. Eggert, the senior, struck out, singled, and grounded out. This one is hit high in the air, going back as the right fielder makes the play. Nicole Anderson, that time able to make that play in right field. One gone, and Summer Downs comes up. Downs flied out to shortstop, singled and grounded out to shortstop. In 3 trips, 1 for 3. Maroney's pitch is a ground ball down to short. Making the play, Matee. Two gone here in the 8th inning. Katie Maroney getting the 2 groundouts. Helping her out tremendously, Lindsay Parker. Parker slow roller down to third. A throw across by Field is in time, or rather by Weeb is in time, and that will take us down to the bottom of the 8th inning. We're still tied at 2. Lisa Field will lead it off for LCC in their bottom half of the 8th inning, and a base hit for Lisa Field up the middle. Field, who's going to Boston College in the fall, gets a base hit to lead her team here in the 8th inning, and a chance to win a championship for the 3rd time in a row. Coming up next is Dismuke, but Field will be ran for by Kristen Eccles. Kristen Eccles will do the running. Fields gets a hand, the base hit. And the sophomore, who knows, could be the one to give them the championship running on the base paths. You got a bow around a left cleat that she's wearing. Christine Eccles. Norcross's pitch is a line drive pass Downs, and Eccles is down to second, halfway around. Dismuke's run does not matter, but the junior helping the cause. Seen nothing but championship since she's been playing for LCC. Except for when she was a freshman. Lotus Zero is up there now. A bunt. The play is the first, but Eccles is 60 feet away. 1 out. Dismuke down to second. Monica Weba steps in. Weba grounded out in the second. In the fourth, she grounded to short again. The shortstop getting her out. And then she struck out in the 6th inning. And now here in the 8th, an opportunity to do something to help win the championship. Everybody playing shallow for the Lady Broncos, and the pitch is high. Defensive plays have been the ones that have kept this game close for both teams. And undoubtedly, the Broncos are going to need them now. Pitch too high.
Okay.
2 balls and no strikes. And now Weba can just look for something that she can get a hold of. Because she knows Norcross has got to come to her, and a timeout is called, and we'll be right back. Monica Weba. 2 balls and no strikes. And that one is outside for ball 3. 3-0. The runner at second in Dismuke doesn't matter in this contest. But Christine Eccles at third base does. Ball 4, and now it is runners on first, second, and third. The bases are loaded. And we have a timeout. Jessica Darling now. The designated hitter is up. Minnesota on a fielder's choice, an errant throw and a ground out to shortstop with the bases loaded. Ground ball to third and a play to the plate for the force out. And then the errant throw, and I mentioned the runner at second wouldn't matter, and it does. Dismuke comes in and the title for La Costa Canyon. And I kept telling myself that might matter, and it did. In a game which Rancho Bernardo put it all on the line to try and take it away from the seniors of the Lady Mavericks. It did not work this time, and so the Mavericks continuing to fight through it, and in extra innings, they do what they need to do, and that's get runners on base and force you to play defense. And in any kind of softball or baseball, that's exactly what is the toughest thing you have to deal with. And in a tie game, it went in favor of LCC. We will be back with closing comments. You'll see the video of the players that participated in this championship game. We hope you enjoyed it all. Stick around.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are up here approaching the first base line for the presentation of the award. The commissioner, Senator Reception, Jim Bishop, presenting now myself worker, Mark Osmer. Presenting the award, number 1, Heather Starberone. Number 2, Lindsay Parker. Number 3, Joe Sherlock. Number 5, Melissa Eggert. Number 6, Whitney Cup. Number 7, Kim Eggert. Number 8, Julie Terry. Number 9, Robin Everly. Number 10, Samantha Pittman. Number 11, Alyssa Norcroft. Number 14, Courtney Luna De La Fuente. Number 17, Marielle Decker. Number 22, Summer Down. Number 24, Allison Wilkin. Assistant coach, Brent Pike. And the head coach of the Broncos, Tracy Story. The Costa County Principal, Don Rizzi,
Coaches. Hey, here we are. Girls and coaches. All right, one more time. 1, 2, 3. Got it, coaches.
Get
in there. Principal Missy. Squat down. Out of way, Mavericks! There you go. One more time. Please, that's a great shot. Ready? Here we go.
Back here with the Lady Mavericks of La Costa Canyon, and you are?
Megan Matee.
Okay, Megan, you had a great game today. I saw all the hard work and effort that you distributed out there. Talk a little bit about the senior leadership. These girls next to you and stuff. Talk a little bit about that.
We've taken this team to really far. We've worked really hard. Mm-hmm. It's a pretty young team, and to have the 6 of us leading them has worked really well.
Right.
It's come a long way.
You know, you win your 2nd straight championship, but this is the 3rd in 4 years. So basically, while you've been here, it's been nothing but pretty much winning championships. Is each one different, or it's just kind of like a microcosm of the whole thing for you?
They're all different because it's a different team each time, and we're all working together, and it's a new challenge. People think, oh, they're returning champions, like no problem, but it's hard. It comes back. Everyone's shooting to get you, but we work hard, and it's different each time. So
where are you going to go in the summertime? What are you going to do?
In the fall, I'm going to University of California at Santa Barbara.
Okay. UC SB. There you go. All those letters and stuff. Are you going to play softball for him?
No, I'm not.
Okay. Well, that's still a great college, though, up the road a little bit. Let me talk to a teammate of yours who's got the hardware, the lumber, or whatever they call it, and that's special. You are?
Kiara Latirzo.
Kiara, you know, again, you guys had to do a lot of things to try to make this happen. What was the thing that you tried to tell yourself to try to do for this whole playoff season? You knew that you were going to get into the playoffs because you played well during the regular season, but what did you have to try to tell yourself to do to try to make this a championship season for yourself?
Have fun. It's the most important part of softball.
Oh, yes. Yeah, that's a great answer right there. A lot of people don't have fun. They get too tight, and maybe that was the difference in tonight's game, right?
Yeah, definitely. You come this far, and you have to take your time to look around and enjoy the moment, and I think we were really successful with that. We're still enjoying it, but yeah, we tried to focus on having a good time, and because especially for the seniors, it is our last game, and we wanted to make it as memorable as possible.
Speaking of that, how much does the student body and everybody at your school, it seems to win a lot of championships, seems to be successful in different things, help you to focus on just having fun in your senior year?
Everyone's really supportive. We do have a winning tradition at Costa. We're pretty successful in sports. And the administrators always try and come watch us play, and they always support us. And so we're really backed at the school, and it's nice.
Where are you going to go next?
I'm going to go to UC Davis.
Okay. You going to play softball?
Haven't decided yet.
Well, even if you don't, good luck in your endeavor. And you are?
Michelle Moat.
Okay. Michelle, talk a little bit about the greatness of being with this program and something that's going to carry with you in life for the rest of your life.
Well, this is just an awesome team and an awesome program, and it's just such an honor to just be a part of it and just to have fun and have everyone behind you all the way, all the time, and it's just one of the most awesome things.
What was your thought in the season coming into it for you? You know, trying to give your best and trying to help your teammates.
I just wanted to work hard, do my best, be, the best I can be, and at the same time just support everyone and just have fun.
Okay. And where are you going to go?
I am going to Palomar next year.
Okay. All right, that's a good college. You're going to stay local?
Yeah, definitely local college.
You going to play softball with them?
I have not decided yet.
But you probably could. Being on a championship team, they'd love to have you. Let me talk to your teammate, and you are?
Danielle Moat.
Okay, Danielle, obviously you two are sisters and twin sisters. And what has been the thing that has helped you in your approach? Is it your sister just saying, hey, let's do this thing, we can do it just like the rest of our teammates? Or is it just something else maybe?
It's just been just the attitude of just going, having fun, being around with all the teammates and everything. It's just, I love the atmosphere, and it's a great place to be around, and a great, just fun. Okay, I can't get the words out, but yeah.
Well, after winning the championship, I can understand being so excited, a lot of things going through your head. What's the thing that you're going to carry on with you about this whole experience, this 4-year experience, and this team?
Probably just the memories of being with all of these wonderful people, and just the excitement of being here is a lot of it.
Are you going to go to Palomar too?
No, I'm planning on going to UC Riverside.
You guys are going to separate here.
Yeah. So.
UC Riverside's nice too. I came from up that way. Okay, let me talk to your teammate here, and you are?
Lisa Field.
Okay. Lisa, of course, you were very instrumental in today's game and making these things happen for your team. Talk a little bit about what you tried to think about coming into this game as far as trying to be productive.
Just look for my right pitch and hit it as hard as I can, because we knew we had to get base runners to score, and that's what I did. I did my best.
And especially in the last couple of innings, it seems like you guys, even though they were coming back and tying it up and stuff, it seemed like you guys were still calm. You knew what you had to do. Lead off batter, get on. Talk a little bit about that.
We knew that we couldn't let down. We stayed focused the entire time. We were home for a reason. We came back and we scored the last run. So, and that's why we are home.
and that's why you guys are champions again. Talk a little bit about if you're going to continue to play softball, or where you're going to go.
I'm going to play softball at Boston College, and it's going to be very exciting. I'm going to go in there to start because there's going to be 2 new catchers. And I hope to make my position as well as I did here.
Okay. Well, coming from a great program, I'm sure you will. Let me talk to your teammate over here, and your
Lauren Dennis.
Lauren, we know that you have a sister that is playing for University of Virginia, and you've played another sport just like she did. Talk a little bit about that.
Another sport?
Yeah, I mean, you played another sport, soccer, prior to making the decision into softball.
Well, playing 2 competitive sports is very difficult. It just takes up so much of your time, and to be able to focus on one, you really need to choose because it's a year-round sport, both of them. So when I was going into my sophomore year, I picked softball because I thought it would have a lot of opportunities for me.
Okay, and it really did. Again, your defense was stellar today, as your team's was. What was the thing that you guys talked about defensively having to do to stop these guys possibly in this big game?
Well, defense wins games, and we've had awesome defense all year. Only 1 run was scored against us in CIF playoffs, so we just know that we have to go out there and play the best defense, and that our bats will come around and we'll start scoring runs eventually.
And again, you had the mindset to lead it off, and things just seem to work out when you lead off with a base hit. And then some teams that are not used to that in extra innings, they might just have problems. And it seems like you guys put the pressure on them again, and that's how the tide ended up turning in your favor again.
Yeah, we kept the pressure on the whole game. We just stayed cool and calm and collected. And, I've been here 3 times. We know what it is to be a winning championship team, so we got it done.
So you're going to UVA, right? And talk a little bit about how much of a great thing that is for you.
I am so excited to be going out there. I think it'll be awesome. Me and my sister are on the same team. We're going to have a blast.
All right. You guys are going to play some softball together, huh?
Uh-huh.
And I think she was All-American or something like that this year.
Yes, she was All-American.
All right. Okay, well, girls, all of you played stellar softball again, and 2-time championship for La Costa Canyon, and we hope you guys have great success in the future. Good luck, girls.
Thank you.
Thanks. Okay, we're back here with 2 more stellar players from this championship, 2-time defending softball team, and talk a little bit about this game, and tell us who you are, of course, first.
My name is Christine Eccles. I was a pinch runner in the last inning. This game was just incredible. It was intense, and we played hard the entire game through, and it came out that we won, and we deserved it.
What grade are you in, Christine?
I'm a sophomore in high school.
Okay, so you've got 2 more years to play on this fabulous program, don't you?
Yeah, I'm excited about it.
How did that play? What was your mindset? You're coming running. You have a big opportunity to score the winning run. What was your mindset coming out there to run?
I was just thinking, go in hard and do your best. Don't be stupid. Be aggressive and play your best, and things will happen.
And so when you slid in home, it was one of the things that kind of made the decision by the catcher not a real good one.
Yeah, I just went in hard and aggressive like I always have been, and things paid off.
All right, and it just seems to just permeate on this team. It's got to be a great thing to play on this team.
Yeah, it is. It's the girls are great. We just have a great time at practice and during the games, and to go out and win something like this is just fabulous. It's something we look forward to the entire year.
So now you're an upperclassman next year. What's your approach going to be?
I'm going to go in hoping to follow in the steps of the seniors that have left, and hope to make an impact like they did this year.
All righty. Let me talk to your teammate here, and you are?
Katie Maroney.
Okay. Katie, of course, you were the pitcher in today's game. You did a fine job. What was your mental approach coming into today's game?
Well, I had to get Bernard back. He's my pet wiffle ball, and the coach took him away because, shut up, Christine, because he thought he was a distraction. So my approach was, to pitch good so we could win CIF so Bernard would come home.
My question to you is, it's tough to pitch a long 8-inning game. did you still have anything left? I mean, at that point, I mean, could you have pitched a few more innings? We've done, you guys, a few years back in a long 14-inning marathon. Could you have still kept going?
I hope so because, it was a really important game. And I was just determined not to give up another run because losing it in the 7th like that was just terrible. And I just knew I couldn't do it again. So I just kept going.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what, you pitched a real outstanding game, got a lot of help from your teammates, but you made the pitches when you needed to. And that's obviously why you guys continue to win, because your pitchers make the pitches, the defense plays. Isn't that such a key thing?
Yeah, it's really nice to have a team that can hit and can field, because that inning in the 7th was just terrible to know that my team can come back and still win it. That was just wonderful.
So you've got 2 more years or 1 more year?
1 more year. I'm a junior.
Okay. So what's going to be your mindset for next year?
I'm just going to come out here, hoping to win CIF again, and I just know we can get here and win it 3 straight. So that'll be my mindset for next year.
And take it from Kiara just to have fun, right?
Yeah, just to have fun, because Kiara always has fun.
One thing you guys would like to say for your parents, anybody watching this videotape?
I love you, Mom. Thanks, Dad, for all your support.
Bernard's coming home, yeah!
Thank you very much, girls. And Greg Porter back here, you see the hardware, and they just keep changing the numbers on this hardware, 2000, 98, 2001. Tell us who you are.
I'm Lindsay Dismuke, number 3.
Lindsay, of course, you were the one who, in the 8th inning, scored the winning run, in a run that I was making a mistake and kept saying that, hey, that run is really not going to matter. And in normal baseball, it's the lead run that's going to matter. But I wasn't thinking about what the real ending of the game was. I won't do that next time. Talk a little bit about what your thought process was out there, first to get up at the plate and make something happen and then be their winning run.
Well, when I got up to play, I knew that all we needed was base runners and to hit the ball on the ground, and with that, things would happen. So.
Well, it does, and you played very well out there today. Everybody just bound together as they were trying to bound together. They didn't seem like they wanted to go easily, and they were playing hard, and they were trying for another upset of upsets because, of course, they had beat Mount Carmel.
Yeah, well, we beat them earlier in the season. It's always hard to come and beat them again, and they were really happy to be here because it was kind of an unexpected thing, as you could say, but they're a good team just like all of us, so we just did our best.
They weren't going to take championship day away from you.
No.
Okay, let me talk to your teammate in the middle who's holding the hardware. Tell us who you are.
Stacy Falzon.
Okay. Stacy, you try to come in with a mindset, as your teammates said, hey, we got to have fun, but it's important because we worked so hard to get here. Talk a little bit about your approach and your thoughts about this game.
We just came in and we played. We just, I don't know, I just came in thinking, we need to play our hardest. We need to get going, get pumped up, whatever, and then we just do it. I know we had it in us, so.
It wouldn't have mattered what the weather was today, whether it was hot or whether it was like this. It wouldn't have mattered, right?
No, it wouldn't matter.
The cloudy thing didn't rain on you guys' parade at all, right?
Nope.
I tell you what, you guys really seem to be a cohesive unit that not too many, high schools have out there. And boy, you guys could probably do an instructional video. Let me talk to one of your other teammates here, the outside, and you are?
My name's Nicole Anderson, and this game scared me more than any other one. I was the right fielder. The ball went over my head with 2 outs left in the last inning, and I was just thinking, oh my gosh, this is the worst possible thing that could happen in the world. But when I got in there, all my teammates were bringing me up. They're telling me it's okay. There's lots of other opportunities to score. It wasn't all my fault. I didn't believe them, of course, but
I don't know, when I got up there and I was going to be next up, I thought it was going to be 2 outs. I didn't know that Lindsay was going to score, but I thought that I was going to have to like be up and like with 2 outs and try to win it. And if I wouldn't have done that, oh my gosh, I don't know what I would have done, but it's like my teammates like really brought me up and they brought everyone else up. We never stopped cheering. Like the other team kind of faded out after we scored 2 runs and we just never stopped talking even when we tied. So our team was just great. We worked well together. Yeah.
Well, I tell you what, all of you contributed highly, and it wouldn't have been your fault anyway because that was just a hard hit ball, and all you can do is just get it back in as fast as you can. But the calm of your senior leadership and stuff, goes down to you guys to carry that on for the young players coming in the future, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. Our seniors this year were great. They brought us up the whole time. They were telling us, it's okay, you guys need to calm down, because it's just another game. Like when we step on the field, it's just another game. It's not a championship. We just have to play our best and have fun.
That's so great. One last thing you'd like to say for your parents or anybody watching this video, all 3 of you.
Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad. Hi, my sisters.
Hi, Stephanie. Megan and Kiara the most because they're the best, and I love them.
Yeah, we love our seniors.
Megan and Kiara.
Love our seniors.
They helped us. Our seniors helped us so much. Yeah. We love our seniors.
Yeah.
All righty.
Yeah.
Thanks very much, girls. Good luck in future years. We're back here with the mastermind, the head coach of La Costa Canyon, the Lady Mavericks, winning it for the 2nd straight year in a row, and Mike Hill at the helm 3 out of 4 years. Wow, this is really something, and I know all you can think of is the seniors and all they've given to you and for you over these years.
Well, last year when we were champs, it was a little bit of a surprise to me. I really didn't think we would be ready for it last year, and we got on a roll. We lost our first 2 games last year, and we won 22 in a row after that. The team really came together, and I knew this year with the seniors that we had starting for us that if we couldn't do it this year, we probably weren't going to be able to do it for quite a while. I mean, real honestly, our shortstop and our second baseman and our catcher are the best I've ever had. I've been coaching ball for 12 years here, and this is our 5th CIF title, and they are by far the best we've had. And, when you look at a team, when you're strong up the middle, we pitch well, we don't make a lot of mistakes, but I really thought that this could be our year again. And we got lucky enough it turned out that way. And it was a little bit of luck here at the end. It was kind of like the way the ball will bounce. And a lot of times in a softball game, it's a team that makes the last mistake that loses, and that's the way it was tonight.
Well, Tracy Stowe, she really had her ball club over there at Rancho Bernardo all prepared for this game, even though, they knew it was going to be a very, very difficult game to try to, number one, come in here and take the championship away from you guys, but number 2, try and keep the luck that they had going because obviously they beat the number 1 seed.
Yeah. Well, you know what? She really had her team prepared well. I think this is probably one of the best coaching jobs she's ever done. She had a team that was picked to be dead last in the Palomar League, and here they are. They're playing for the championship. And, they were well prepared, and they played really well. They played with a lot of heart. That team has a lot of heart and a lot of soul. I can tell you that our team, we don't hope to be here. We actually expect to be here, and sometimes those little tiny things are the ways that you can have that you win championships. We seem to find a way to win the close games. We've won a lot of close games this year, and this is no different. That team, they came back, and their team showed a lot of heart by coming back and tying us, and a lot of teams would fold in that situation. And our girls are out there, and we were talking in the circle, they're just talking about, hey, they're high right now, but we're going to finish this game, and we're going to win, and we're going to be strong. And I mean, to a girl out there on the field, that's how they were talking.
And that's so key and true because I was telling Lindsay that, I was doing a video, and I didn't think that the second run or the runner on second base would really matter. And usually in baseball, that's a conventional thing. The lead runner is going to, in a tie game and at a sudden death is going to win. But it didn't work that way.
That's a really good observation. And we had been talking between pitches out there. I told Lindsay we were going to go to the plate when we hit the ball wherever we were. Even when we had runners to second and third, we were going to go to the plate. And she knows that's a situation where she's coming hard to third and coming around just in case something happens. And you know what? That's like in softball, something is usually bound to happen.
It's a game of inches, just like a hardball, isn't it?
It really is. Absolutely.
Well, I tell you what, after you guys winning it again, maybe I'll be lucky and my basketball team will win a double championship too.
That'd be great. I wish you the best of luck.
All right, well,
thank you.
All right, thank you very much, and good luck, and hopefully maybe we'll see you again next year.
We're looking forward to being back here. We love playing here. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Well, that's going to be a wrap-up for us here at Triton Field on the campus of UC San Diego. It was a great day of championship baseball in the girls' high school variety. And, of course, the final score in this one, La Costa Canyon, the Lady Mavericks winning their second consecutive CIF Division I title by a score of 3-2 over a very gallant team that fought their way all the way to the playoffs to get to the championship game after beating a number 1 seed, and they fall 3-2. We hope you enjoyed all the action in the contest today, and we hope to see you again next time. So take care, and God bless.